This Friday, the Adelaide Cabaret Festival kicks off. One of the headline acts, she's a star of stage and screen. In the studio we have Molly Ringwald.
Don't you forget about me. Will you stand above me?
If you love the sound of that, 8223 0055. We have two doubles to go and see Molly perform live. So call us 4 and 5 8223 0055. Molly, welcome to Adelaide. Welcome to FIVEaa.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Molly, it's wonderful to have you here, and you open on Friday night with the beginning of the Cabaret Festival. What is so special about that festival that we're able to entice you to come and be there for opening night?
Well, actually, this is my 5th time to Australia, and I've been talking it up for years to my family. And so it was really an opportunity to come over and spend some time here. I brought my whole family over. And I also did a movie in Adelaide years and years ago, and I have very fond memories of that. So I really jumped at the chance when I was offered.
So you're almost like an Australian ambassador.
I like to think I am.
Now, your show on Friday night, it's called An Evening with Molly Ringwald. What can we expect if we go along?
Well, it's different every night. I released this jazz album that's called Except Sometimes that Concord Jazz released in America, and Universal Music Group released it here. And, it's songs that I grew up with, a lot of standards, but I tried to pick standards that were a little bit more obscure. So you won't be hearing My Funny Valentine, but, I sing Ballad of the Sad Young Men and a couple Dorothy Field songs, a Sondheim song, and then, of course, the song that you played, which is not in the Great American Songbook, but was
Beautiful
in an
song.
American movie.
Yes. and was your view always the jazz singing, the cabaret sort of work? Or you evolved to that?
My father is a jazz musician, but more traditional jazz, and that's really the music that I grew up with. And then I started to act kind of simultaneously, but really took it up seriously when I did my first movie when I was 13 years old. And then I just kind of put the music aside and didn't pursue it as a career, but it was always something that I did. I always sang with my dad. I was always looking to put a band together. So it's kind of like a dream come true for me.
Molly, you're just so talented. I'm a bit overwhelmed sitting next to you because, you're great at music, theatre and film. And you're a fabulous mother as well because you've got 3 kids, which includes a set of twins. How do you do all that?
I also write books, too.
Yeah, I missed that bit out.
There are other achievements. We just shortcut them for time.
I guess I'm a natural-born multitasker. I think it's great having kids. They're sort of like the wonderful thing that you get to come to when you're done with all of your work. We just got back from Kangaroo Island together. We just had a fantastic time together. So I'm not a mother like my mother was a mother. She was a stay-at-home mom. She was there all the time. So I just try to look at it as quality over quantity.
Well, Molly, are you becoming a stage mother? You getting them to do little concerts and that sort of thing at home?
No.
Or you know when they get the dance moves wrong?
No. My elder daughter, Matilda, really wants to be an actress, and I tell her that I'm very happy to help her when she graduates from college.
I see.
Harvard,
There's only one child
preferably.
star here.
No, I think that, they can do anything that they want. I just want to make sure that they have all of their options available.
Which is very sensible, and have fallback as well if things don't go so well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a really hard business, and I think a lot of people that get into it don't really realize that.
But you've done very well. Haven't? I mean, here you are. I mean, you're still performing and you're getting on and doing work.
Yeah, I've done
enjoying
well,
it?
but most people don't. I mean, most child actors don't. So I'm sort of an anomaly, and I consider myself a really lucky one.
Well, back in the 80s, you were part of the Brat Pack and you were described as being perhaps the greatest teen star of all time. And you've taken that and gone forward and grown into a beautiful woman and a mum. So what is the secret of surviving?
James, you've got to take her home, are you? This is getting a bit...
What's the bit of girl love going on? So what's the secret of staying in such a cutthroat industry for such a long time?
For me, it's really been having interests outside of the industry. I've always been interested by books. I've been interested by living in other countries, traveling, just very curious about life and just not content to get mired into the the really businessy side of things. And family's always been really important to me. My own family that I grew up in, the family that I've made, and I think that really helps just stay focused on the things that matter.
Keeps you very grounded.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you love in the cabaret performance, it's you and the audience, as distinct from a film, you're getting that feedback, the love straight away.
Yeah, it's more like theater, and I grew up doing theater as
it's
well.
It's more fun though, isn't it? You get to sing and do different things.
I like everything, every artistic pursuit that I have, I enjoy in a different way, and I think they all kind of feed each other. But yeah, standing in front of an audience, singing this music that I love with great musicians, I mean, there's just nothing better, more joyful than that.
Do you find it a very intimate way of performing?
I think so. I mean, it depends on the venue. Obviously, smaller venues are more intimate, but I think that there's a way to make bigger venues intimate. I mean, it really helps if the sound is great.
Now, you've got a busy year because you're here in Australia right now, and then later in the year you've got another book coming out. Can you tell us what that's about?
Actually, my book just came out in paperback. It's called When It Happens to You, and it was published by Simon & Schuster in the UK, and it's a novel and stories. And it's all along the theme of betrayal.
Oh, okay. Sounds intriguing. Is that based on personal experience?
No.
It all sounded so rosy up to now, didn't it? Here's the truth.
It's fiction. I mean, everything as a fiction writer, everything is taken a little bit, there's a lot of me in the characters, but then again, there's nothing. It's completely invented.
We have a very good festival culture here, which we do very well. The audiences will really love you, I'm sure, and they get into their performance. How are the sales going?
So far, so good.
Excellent.
Yeah, the album, I mean, at least in America, I don't have the sales figures in Australia, but it far exceeded certainly my expectations and the record companies as well. So
Did you do it as a try and see, or?
Well, I did it really because I was performing with these jazz musicians in California, and it was so fun. It was so great that we just decided to do an album kind of commando mission style, and went out and had no idea what we were going to do with it. And then Concord Jazz picked it up, and it kind of went from there.
And
but originally it was just, and here I am talking to you in Adelaide, Australia.
Well, look, Molly, we're so excited, so pleased that you're here, and thank you for joining us in the studio this morning. Molly Ringwald, she'll be performing at the Dunstan Playhouse Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Get online, check out the tickets, because I can assure you it's going to be a fabulous night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Molly Ringwald, the much loved Molly. Look at the entertainment and excitement through the building too.